Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. He'll be the Nets off the tip. Here's Kidd. Outside Irving. Now here's Brett. Here's Harper. Clock at 6. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Now Kidd. Pass to Lopez. Petrovic. There's the pick. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 6. Lopez. The 8-footer. And he connects with the jumper.
With a much bigger man guarding him, that's not an easy shot to get off. Never mind to knock down. Terrific basket.
Nowitzki outside. Aguirre. Here's Harper. Pass to Nowitzki. And he drops him away up off the glass.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Outside Kidd. Irving with the ball. High post shot. And that one goes long. Pushing it up. Blackman and blocked. Outside Irving. Here's Petrovic. The three. And it's Harper with the rebound. Pass to Aguirre. Harper. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. That's good. And here is Kidd. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Now here's Lopez. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Harper, no good.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Now here's Kidd. Here's Petrovic. And that one's good.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Here is Aguirre. Pass to Harper. And here is Nowitzki. Powered down with both hands. Brooklyn trailing. Outside Kidd. Back to Irving. Backs in. Up and in from the low block. Here's Harper. Pass to Aguirre. 6 to shoot. Blackman. But they get it back. Here's Harper. Here is Aguirre. Looking for his first basket still in this one.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Here's Petrovic. Here's Petrovic. Outside Kidd. From deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Harper. There's the triple. Pass to Aguirre. Nowitzki with it. Goes up on the block. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Kidd with the bucket.
You know, there's no fear out of him, guys. I mean, going straight to the hoop against a much bigger defender, he's got a lot of heart.
Bradley backs in. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Kidd with it. Pass to Irving. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
Here's Harper. Here is Aguirre. They get it back. Harper's shot's good. He's got 6. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Here's Kidd. Pass to Lopez. Back to Kidd. Outside Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Lopez. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Here is Aguirre. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Here's Harper. Pass to Nowitzki. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
And here are the Nets. They trail by 6. Outside Kidd. Here's Petrovic. It's good from long range. He's got 5.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Pass to Bradley. Lopez is there. A jump hook. Again, the Mavericks score.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Back to Irving. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Now here's Kidd. Pass to Aguirre. Nash with it. Outside Kidd. Here is Aguirre. Clock at 6. Finley. The shot is off. Now Anderson. And the rebound goes to Nash.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it. They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Back to Kidd. Puts it up. That's good on the jump shot. And here's Anderson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. It's Vince Carter on the wing. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
That's true. And his spectacular shot blocking something else to look for, especially recovering on the break. He can run you down and send it away in a heartbeat.
And that one's good. Brooklyn trailing. Anderson with the ball. Pass to Carter. Shot clock at 6. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Here is Aguirre. The fader. There's the bucket. Good. Now here's Anderson. Nash. Outside Kidd. Here is Haywood. Back to Kidd. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
Now here's Anderson. Petrovic. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. He's got 7.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
And the Mavericks call time here. Mavericks making a switch here. Right side Kidd. Pass to Nash. Six to shoot. There's a good screen. Here is Anderson. Pass to Jefferson. And here's Martin. Back to Jefferson. And another shot. It's stolen. Here's Nash. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. And so the first quarter is in the books. Mavericks ahead. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs? The Mavericks leading. Pass to Chandler. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Here's the screen. Now here is Harris. Now here's Jefferson. Back to Harris. Clock at 6. And Russell gets it to go.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Doncic. Good. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Pass to Jefferson. Back to Russell. Now Harris. Harris misses. Here comes Nash. Doncic. Here's Chandler. Count that one.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
There's the screen. Up top, Russell. Pulls it up. And that one's good. Russell. He's got 5. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Nash. Pass to Chandler. It's tipped. Just 5 to shoot. Tries a three. The shot is off. Russell with it. Here's Harris. Back to Russell. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. And the basket by Harris.
You look at them and what they're trying to do on offense, and I like it. I really do. I like the way they're using the entire court. They're spreading themselves out, and when you spread yourself out and make the extra pass, it gives you a chance to get good looks from behind the three-point line, and they're draining their chances.
And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. And the Mavericks making a change here. Pass to Harper. Shot clock at 6. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. He's got 8. Brooklyn trailing. Now Russell. 5 points in the game. Now here's Lopez. Here's Russell. It's blocked. Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. Five on the clock. Here's Harris. Shot is off. Pass to Bradley. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Timeout called, the Nets. And the Mavericks making a change here. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And here's Russell. Back to Lopez. Pass to Russell. Launches it. And the basket good. He's got 8.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Here's Harper. 8 points for him. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down. Harris with it. They set the screen. Now, here is Russell. Now, here is Harris. Lays it up and banks it in. Here's Harper. Pass to Bradley. Lopez is there. Shoots it up. And it's Dallas with another. And the Nets with possession here. It's a 10-point game. Now Irving. Left side Irving. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Russell's there. And stolen by Russell. Right side Irving. Pass to Russell. Back to Irving. Shot clock at 5. Jacks up a 3. Shot's good. 11 points in the game.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Here's Harper. Back to Bradley. Pass to Harper. Shoots the 3. Good on the shot.
And Steve, just like you, when you shot, you had a favorite spot on the floor when you played. His favorite spot seems to be that 3 from the corner.
Yeah. Now, here is Russell. Harris with it. Back to Russell. The Mavericks pull it in.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Mashburn. Here's Nowitzki, and there's the whistle. first one falls for it. The Nets making a switch here. He hits both from the stripe. Brooklyn with the ball. Down by 12. Now Russell. 11 points in the game. Here's Lopez. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Here's Harper. They get a hand on it. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Brooklyn on defense. Pass to Nowitzki. Leads him in there. The shot. Open and close and nails it. He's got 10.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Outside Kidd. Now, here is Irving. Outside Irving. And there's a nice one-handed slam. Dallas calls timeout. Here's Harper. 8 points for him. Pass to Bradley. And here is Nowitzki. Nowitzki in the post. Here's Harper. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point range. Rebound by Williams. Here comes Jason Kidd. Outside Irving. Back to Kidd. Pass to Lopez. Nice move. And again, it's Brooklyn converting. The Mavericks leading. Here's Harper. Hit his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. And the Mavericks making a change here. Pass to Nowitzki. 6 on the shot clock. The baseline jumper goes down. He's got 10. And here is Kidd. Back to Lopez. Outside Kidd. Clock at 6. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. An emphatic alley-oop jam. And here are the Mavericks now. Here's Harper. He's got 8. But they recover it. Takes the 3. Brooklyn with the rebound.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Outside Kidd. Back to Irving. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Rebound by Williams. Brooklyn trailing. Kidd with it. Back to Williams. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Irving. 6 to shoot. Good. 6 points for him. Here's Harper. Aguirre. Here's Harper. Soft touch off the glass.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Outside Kidd. Back to Lopez. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. First trip to the line for him here. That's good from Lopez. Mavericks making a switch here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Kidd with it. He's got 5. Five to shoot. Pass to Aguirre. Buries it from three-point range. 5 points in the game.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Here's Kidd. And here is Lopez. The baseline jam. And he nails the jumper.
He's making it look easy scoring out there because he's much more efficient here in the second.
Here's Kidd. Pass to Aguirre. Back to Kidd. Finley. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. Nice game. Great performance by Brook Lopez. Here's Harper. Pass to Aguirre. Here's Nowitzki. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
Now here's Kidd. Pass to Bradley. Working on Williams. From 8. Bradley can't get it to go.
They really depend on him to convert those chances. A lot of times, even with solid D draped on him, they expect him to make it. You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Here's Harper. Here's Aguirre. And he gets it to go. He's got 7. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Back to Lopez. Tries to save it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nets will retain possession. Outside Kidd. Shot clock at 6. Left side Kidd. That's blocked. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Pass to Harper. Now here's Nowitzki. Here's Harper. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And good on the basket. Book it. 12 points for him. Now here's Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Here's Petrovic. Back to Kidd. Pass to Irving. Lopez. The jump hook. Oh, no luck. The Mavericks leading. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Now here's Bradley. Here's Harper. 12 points for him. The jump hook, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And here comes Kidd. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Back to Irving. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Bradley. Pass to Aguirre. Here's Harper. Nowitzki outside. Here's Aguirre. Shoots from the right block. That's good. 9 points in the game so far.
And also, he catches a lot of defenders off balance, Steve, with his ability to pull up and drain shots off the bounce. It's a very effective skill to have.
Here's Petrovic. He's got 9. Right side, Irving. 5 on the clock. Here's Kidd. Good on the three-point shot. Here's Harper. Gives him a lead pass. That's good.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Outside Kidd. Pass to Irving. Can't get it to go. Here's Aguirre. He's got 9. Here's Harper. Bradley with the ball. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Bradley. Trying his luck deep. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Mavericks making a switch here. Here's Kidd. He has 5. There's the pick. Pass to Irving. Clock at 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one. And the Mavericks making a change here. Both free throws good for Irving. Dallas with the ball. 10-point lead. To the inside. Chandler. Outside Irving. Down low. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Harper. He's got 12. Blackman knocks down the 3 ball. He's got 8.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Outside Kidd. They grab their own miss. Coleman. Goes up again. Coleman. And at last, they get one to fall.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Pass to Harper. Now Chandler. And it's good.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
And here we go with Jason Kidd. He has 5. They set the pick. And here's Irving. And Irving backs in. Another one falls for Brooklyn. Here's Harper. Doncic. A rebound by the Nets. Now Kidd. Pass to Martin. And here's Irving. The jump hook. Second shot opportunity. Blocked. They recover it. That is good. He's got 12.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Dallas calls timeout. And the Mavericks making a change here. Pass to Harper. Doncic. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Mavericks making a switch here. Brooklyn trailing. And here is Harris. He's got 5. Pass to Anderson. There's a screen. Out to Harris. And he's good on the 3-ball. 8 points for him.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. And the Nets with possession here. Pass to Jefferson. Back to Harris. Six on the shot clock. Anderson. Again, the Nets for 2. And so it's Dallas with it. Nash outside. Shoots off the screen. And another basket for Dallas.
Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Here's Harris. Pass to Anderson. Fade away. Oh, that's blocked. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Mavericks leading. Nash with it. He's got 5. Doncic. Pass to Chandler. A rebound by the Nets. Now here is Harris. Now here is Harris. He's got 8. Outside, Martin. 5 to shoot. Now here's Jefferson. Tyson Chandler pulls it in. Nash with it. They're leading by 8. Doncic. Fires top of the key. The Mavericks rebound. And here's Anderson. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Now here is Harris. Back to Anderson. And the shot is good.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Doncic. Back to Nash. Pass to Chandler. Knocks it loose. Nash with it. His shot is in.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Now here's Jefferson. Makes it off the glass. Goes up from the top of the key. Off target with that shot. And we've reached the end of the third. The Mavericks on top. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. And here's Russell. Carter outside. Right side, Martin. Back to Carter. From deep. Good.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Here's Kidd. Pass to Aguirre. This one for three, and he gets it to go. And Brooklyn has possession. 6-point game. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Now, here is Russell. Dallas with the ball. Carter pulls it in. Carter right side. Russell. Coleman. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. And here comes Kidd. Mashburn. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Clock at 6. Mashburn. It's rebounded by Jefferson.
I think in that situation, it was a nice try to create some space for himself with the fadeaway.
Carter outside. Coleman. Out to Carter. Beyond the arc. And yes, sir, that one drops.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
Pass to Nowitzki from outside the arc, and he gets it to go.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
Now, here is Russell. Coleman. Now here's Jefferson. Carter outside. And that one's good. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Outside Kidd. It's stolen by Jefferson. To tie it up. And the layup is good. It's a tie ball game. And here is Kidd. Pass to Aguirre. No luck. The dive for the ball. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Boy, they couldn't hook up there on what's really a pretty basic pass.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. They set the pick. Here's Nowitzki. Finley with the shot. Kidd with the bucket.
Definitely doing his part because he's made his share of clutch buckets here in the fourth.
Outside Kidd. Pass to Williams. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. And here are the Mavericks now. Here's Kidd. Blackman. It's deflected. Stolen by Carter. Makes the lead pass. Now here's Williams. And they take the lead.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Blackman jams it with authority. Brooklyn with the ball. Kidd up top. Here's Petrovic. Back to Kidd. Kidd with the steal. Here's the break. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
He's been ready to do work in the fourth quarter.
Brooklyn trailing. Now Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Lopez. Backs him down. Shot clock at 5. That one a little long. And here are the Mavericks now. Finley. And the shot is good. Here's Kidd. Carter outside. Pass to Lopez. Aguirre covering. And that one's good by Lopez.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
And here is Kidd. Lopez with the steal. Fast break. Here we go. They'll get another chance. Carter with it. Ripped away. And they're on the break. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Mavericks making a switch here. They've been trailing for a few minutes here.
But you know what? That could change right here.
Outside Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Pass to Williams. There's a killer two-handed slam.
That's a good shot for him there, but it's kind of puzzling to me that he's not calling for the ball today like he usually does. He has to do more if they're going to pull ahead.
Nowitzki in the post. Here's Aguirre. Shot clock at 6. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
Beautiful double clutch. Great job to get the shot past the defender.
Here's Kidd. Stolen away. Here's Harper. Lays it in off the breakaway. Now here's Kidd. Pass to Lopez. Baseline jumper. It's rebounded by Dallas. Blackman laid in with a nice touch off the glass. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Kidd. That's good. Here comes Harper. Back to Nowitzki. He's against Williams. And that one's good.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys. Giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
Timeout called, the Nets. And the Nets making a change here. And the Nets with possession. They trail by 6. Back to Irving. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And he makes the first. Both free throws good for Irving.
What a clutch performer. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does.
Aguirre, no good. They set the pick. Irving with the ball. And he uses the glass on the layup. Here are the Mavericks now. Here's Harper. Back to Bradley. That's good.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Now here's Kidd. Pass to Irving. A stupendous finish in traffic. The Mavericks leading. Here's Harper. With the lead pass, Nowitzki in the post.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Pass to Aguirre. And here's Bradley. Got a piece of it. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Here's Harper. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets the bucket.
Whether by design or accident, that was a very high-quality shot they created.
Now Kidd. There's a screen. And here is Lopez. Kidd up top. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. First free throw is good, and that... Both free throws good from Kidd.
He was very composed on that trip to the stripe, and he's close to being a one-possession game now.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. So it's the Mavericks now. Pass to Bradley. Got it. Good job in the low post. Here's Kidd. Now Williams. It's in! And now they trail by just 4. And so it's Dallas with it. And so they foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that... And he hits both free throws here. So now
the free throws go down and the lead goes up.
Timeout called, the Nets. What do you think, guys? Now here's Kidd. Steps back and fires. Money! And now they trail by just 4. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And the second of 2 is good. Yep. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. Guys, your thoughts? Pass to Irving. Lets it go from deep. And that's collected by Nowitzki. And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one. So he gets them both. And here's Kidd. Here's Petrovic. Launches a three. John Irving. So we see the